Royal Ruby followers, subscribers. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, but that's because I do have an excuse. I've been very busy with my tiny house. As you guys know, I own a tiny home at the beach, and I also have a van that I go camping in. But when I'm not camping, I live in sticks and bricks. I have a tiny house. And I just recently remodeled my kitchen in my tiny house. So that's why I haven't been doing any videos, because as you know, if you've ever remodeled a home before, you have contractors in and out of your house a lot. Well, anyway, guys, this is the byproduct of what I've been doing for the last couple months. It's taken a while, but we're finally here. This is the kitchen reveal day. And we're also going to make a beautiful Tuscany soup for the fall season. I hope you enjoy the video. Stay tuned and we're gonna whip it up for you. Okay, to start out with, you wanna use a Dutch oven, which I've had this for many, many years. It's a cheap Lodge brand. It's not a Le Creuset or anything like that. It's a cheapo brand, but guess what? This puppy works great. I bought my son a smaller one for Christmas last year and he loves it. But I like the large one because I cook for a lot of people usually when I cook. Okay guys, so to start out, you're just gonna turn your brand new GE chef stove on. And this is a pretty cool stove. If you wanna look it up online, it has a lot of gadgets that I haven't even figured out yet. But this one does have a double oven, which is nice. So you turn your pan on, you get it warmed up, because this kettle is solid. I don't know, it's some sort of metal, but it's very solid. I think it's iron, I believe. So you want to start out with some olive oil. Put a little olive oil in the pan. Now what I do is I usually add a little bit of butter with the olive oil because I like the flavor it imparts to the soup. Some people, you know, to avoid the fat might not want to do that. Olive oil is a healthier type fat, but I like a little bit of butter mixed with the olive oil. And you're just gonna let that get happy, okay? Let it get all happy in there. And this is my Mother's Day spoon, or not my Mother's Day spoon, my mother's spoon. This was my mother's spoon. And I use it all the time when I'm making a soup or anything that requires stirring of any sort. This is it. Old as the hills, gets the job done. So you just wanna go in with your spoon and you wanna get that all happy. And once you start to see little bubbles on the bottom of the pan, and I have them now, you're gonna add your vegetables. Now they tell you in this recipe to do your onions and your garlic first, and then to saute your carrots and your celery second for 7 minutes. I put it all in at one time. I just don't really care. I know it'll all work itself out. So that's what I do. So you want to stir all that in there. The garlic is a minced garlic. I use 3 cloves, but I'm not going to put that in until right at the end here because you do not want to burn your garlic. So I'm just sauteing the vegetables in the pan. Oh my God, it smells good already. And we're just doing carrots, celery. What I used here is 2 carrots, 2 celery stalks, and an onion. I just cut them up with my little dicer thing, and that's what we're sauteing. So you want to saute these for about 7 minutes. So you can set your timer. 7 minutes. And after the 7 minutes, you're going to add the garlic. Now, as you can see, guys, my garlic is minced. So you want to mince your garlic so that it's not big chunks of garlic in the soup. You want it to be smaller pieces. Yeah, we're cooking. We haven't cooked for a while together, guys. Do you miss me? What's been going on in your lives? If you can just leave me a comment below. I had a project with my kitchen. What projects have you been working on? You know, just leave a comment below and we can talk about all your projects. I also painted one of my tables. I painted a filing cabinet with Annie's Sloan chalk paint. I did a lot of fun, creative stuff. And I did it all for this remodel job that I did. So while this is cooking, I'll take you guys around and show you around the kitchen. So here it is, guys. This is my new kitchen that I remodeled recently. As you can see, I took out, there used to be a cupboard, like a closet here, a big closet. And when I first bought the house, the laundry, a stackable laundry was in there, as well as a pantry shelf. I took out the stackable laundry, moved that to the other side of the house, and then I just put in big shelves in there. So I did have a lot of storage there, but I removed that and put in this beautiful cabinet, which houses all of my appliances, my Instant Pots, my slow cookers, my Vitamix. And then of course it has these beautiful pull-out things. And everything is quiet closed, so it just goes back by itself, which is pretty cool. And so do the doors. They shut all on their own. And then I have a big Kraus sink, which I have a lot of dishes in right now because I've been cooking. But look how big it is, guys. I got a big restaurant-style sink. And then I also added a window above my sink. This window was not here before. My sink used to be over here where my stove is, and my stove was here. Well, I switched them and I put a window here. So this is a crank window. I can see my neighbor's house and I get to see her. I get to see the sunsets. That's the most beautiful part because that's the west. So I get to see the sunsets. And I put in this beautiful tile. And then underneath, as you can see, I do have lighting. And it's on a dimmer, so it gets brighter underneath my cabinets. And I do have an aqua kind of a tile that I put in. It's a subway tile. And then I did a quartz here. Here I have 3 drawers. Underneath the sink, of course, I have, this is my original, it's only 2 years old. This dishwasher is also GE, but it does not match this. It doesn't have the gold bar because I chose to just keep it because it wasn't damaged in any way. And you can see these cabinets are super high. Okay, these are the big ones. And no, I cannot reach them. But I have a stool that I use. And I also have tall children that can get up and get my stuff out that I need. But yeah, if you want to look here, guys, these are super high. Like there's my vaulted ceiling. And you can see they are 42-inch high cabinets. I went with the GE Cafe appliances, and you can see my range is a double oven. And I have a microwave with an air fryer function, and then of course the cafe style refrigerator. I went with the brushed bronze handles so that everything I did in here, including my handles for my cabinetry and even my light fixture, is brushed bronze, and my faucet. So I put a lot of thought into this kitchen, guys. I had my original island. The only thing I did different here was I added the brushed bronze hardware. And yeah. Then I also got myself a tide clock. I don't know if you've ever seen one, but it tells you when it's high tide. And right now it's almost low tide. And then I have the clock that matches it. And I put it on that wall. I had my floors refinished. You can see them here. They were white painted floors. I had them sanded, stripped, and polyurethane and whitewashed. So yeah, I think they turned out pretty nice. You can see here how nice they look. So that's my tiny house kitchen. Believe it or not, this house is a tiny house, but with this kitchen and the vaulted ceiling and the skylight, it really does look big. Over here, I have a banquette coming for the corner. A banquette or corner benches that are gonna go along the wall there. They haven't come yet, but they will be this really cool fabric. I'll try to show it to you here. That's the fabric for my banquette. It's like a real pretty blue. And then I had these pillows, custom upholstered pillows done to match my banquette. And then I ordered these 2 chairs right here to go with my banquette. So I'll seat 6. And then I just ordered this. It's called an Addy chair from Ballard Designs. It's just a very comfortable chair. And as you can see, it's very beachy. It has rattan finishes the whole way around. And then I refinished this table. Like I told you earlier, I painted this with Annie Sloan chalk paint. And I used Provence blue and Albusin blue. And I did a rag finish on it. So yeah, that turned out pretty nice. But yeah, that's what I've been up to, guys. Whoop, sounds like our beeper's going off. Okay, so now we add our garlic. And I'm gonna mix this in. I'm gonna add a little more olive oil because I got a little bit of burning going on here. Turn my burner back a little. This stove gets really hot, I wanna tell you. A little bit of sherry. I can deglaze the pan with that. I always put a little sherry in my soup. I just think it tastes really good. I'm just deglazing my carrots and my onions with that. You don't have to do that, but it's just something I like to do. This is a cheap sherry. This is Sheffield, and it's very dry sherry. Really cheap sherry. Okay, so after you do that, you're gonna let that alcohol cook down a little bit. Like I said, you do not have to add the sherry. If you have white wine, you could use that. I personally like sherry. Oh, it smells amazing, guys. Just cook that down for a little bit just to get that alcohol taste out of your soup. You don't want to have that too heavy in there. Even though in Tuscany they do drink a lot of wine. Now while I have that doing that, I'm going to add my spices. And basically I have basil, oregano, fresh oregano and dried, and I also have some thyme and a bay leaf. I'm just going to dump that in there. Mix that in with my vegetables. And then I'm going to put in a little bit of red pepper, crushed red pepper. And of course, salt. You can always add some salt as you need to after you make the soup, and some black pepper. They say a half a teaspoon of each, quarter teaspoon of black pepper, a half a teaspoon of salt. I don't even measure it. I just drop it in. So now it looks really good. I don't know if you can see how luscious that soup looks, but the actual base is really looking good. We got our seasoning in there. Oh my God, it smells so good. Now you're gonna just drop in your beans, 2 cans of cannellini beans, drained and rinsed. Mix that in with the vegetables because you want to get them happy. Now I have some fresh tomatoes that I froze, and they're still kind of frozen. I tried to thaw them out. I'm going to use about the equivalent to 14.5 ounces of crushed tomato, which is about a can. I'm going to add about 4 cups of either chicken broth or vegetable broth, whatever you have in your refrigerator. I used a mixture of both. Because I added the sherry, I'm only doing 4 cups. If you didn't have the sherry, you could do 5 cups of the broth. Whatever you have in your pantry, guys. This is like one of those soups that you're just dumping. Okay? Now when this recipe starts to simmer and to cook, you're going to add some chopped spinach. About 2 cups of chopped spinach. I've already chopped up my spinach, but let me give you a look at it. You can see how pretty it is. It's a pretty color. It's got all the spices in there. And that homemade tomato, crushed tomato is in there. It's gonna be amazing. So yeah, we're gonna give it another stir. Maybe add just a little more salt. Now that sherry has some sodium in it, so you don't need a lot of salt. A little bit. But guys, I love my new kitchen. I'm telling you, it is the best. This is a great soup though for the fall. You can get some crusty bread and eat with it. I do have some sourdough that I'm probably gonna eat with it. But you could use like a baguette or something like that. Put the lid on your Dutch oven. Turn it to, medium low. You don't want it too high. You don't want it to, the beans are already cooked. They're from a can. So, hey guys, it's me. We're back. Our soup is finished. The next step in the soup, okay, before you put the spinach in, is you want to remove about 1.5 cups of soup, put it into a Vitamix, or if you have an immersion blender, you could cream it a little with that. I used to have one, but I gave it to someone. So now what I do is I just take about 2 cups of soup out and I put it into the Vitamix blender, and then I cream it and I put it back in the soup. Then I add my chopped spinach. So I have it's not even 2 cups of spinach, I don't think. I just used what I had left in my refrigerator. And then you dump that in. And if you guys know, spinach wilts really fast, so you don't have to cook it or anything. It'll naturally just wilt into the soup. Now I'll let you see how pretty it is. Look at that soup. So here we are, sitting at the table. We have our soup, and you can see how pretty it is. It's got all that fresh spinach, and it's just very, very healthy. And like I said, I always take a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and I grate a little on top. To make it good. Thank you, Jesus, for this food, and bless it to our bodies. Amen. Here we go. We're gonna try it. Gotta blow it because it's a very, very hot soup. Oh, it tastes like it's been on the stove all day. It really hasn't. Just a short hour cooking time, that's it. Perfect. This is a vegetarian soup too. I forgot to mention that. Doesn't have any meat in it. Your beans are your protein. I mean, look how beautiful that is. There you go. Is it good? Told ya. Oh, guys. My glasses are steaming up. It's delicious, I'm telling you. I'm glad you came today to visit me in my new kitchen. And I hope you enjoyed the tour. And like I said, there's probably more projects to come, but that was the big one. But I'm glad you joined me today in Ruby's Kitchen. God bless you, and I'll see you down the road.